everyone. This is Candy Johnson. I am your host. This is Real Talk, brought to you by Real Raw Records. Today's topic is politics and bullshit. We all have a question for y'all today. A lot of our topics are presented as a question. Today, we're not addressing no question today. Today, we're doing a little ranting and complaining with the rest of y'all. You know, we're complaining about politics and we're complaining about the religious bullshit, all right, or the societal bullshit that we have to deal with. You know, just to rant and get some shit off our chest, you know, and so we can make it the rest of the week. It is Tuesday. I don't know what day of the year it is, even the month for that matter. It is not because I'm high on drugs, it's because I'm high on life. I'm just living it. I never know, every now and then, but I never, hardly ever know what day of the week it is, or the date. And that's mainly because I don't focus on the politics of timing. To me, time, as far as the clock of time and the calendar, it presents to me an element of political bullshit that I don't care to indulge in. And what I mean by that is, and I know people say, well, damn, there's a lot of things you could be complaining about besides time. I'm not really complaining about time. I'm just letting y'all know why I don't keep up with time. Because if you think about it, no matter what you do, that is, I don't care how much money you have or don't have. Okay. I don't care how big you are, small you are, important you think you are, insignificant you think you are. Time applies to everyone. When we speak of timing, in that regard, timing is appropriate, and it's one of those universal things that it doesn't matter if it's 12 o'clock in London right now, it's still the same time or presence in London as far as, when I say presence, what I mean is, it is what it is. It don't matter what you call it in London as far as the timing. Say, for example, if you say, okay, it's 12 o'clock here. Well, no, it's 7 o'clock here. That would be a ridiculous argument to argue about what time it is, simply because no matter what time you calling it in London and what time we call it here, the actual time in space, in history, in presence, is still the same. It's the same everywhere. So this is why I consider time as political bullshit. Okay. Anytime something occurs, it occurs at a time. What the specifics is on what time it occurs really don't matter. It doesn't negate the fact that it occurred at some time. Okay. It doesn't negate the fact that it occurred at some point. Okay. And I was saying all that because I'm getting up to a point here. You know, to help people face reality, the realities of different things. Certain things we concern ourselves with, but the reality of it is a lot of the things that we concern ourselves with, it really doesn't even matter. What does it matter if I'm 25, 55? I'm still alive. I'm still me. I'm still healthy at this point in time. I still have my family. I still have things that I can appreciate in life. I have my eyesight. I can hear. I have the activity of my limbs. What the fuck does it matter how old I am? See, all that attributes to time. And that's what I consider political bullshit. Politics to me represents all these, what do you call that? Indoctrinations of society, indoctrinations of religion, indoctrinations of ideologies and such that really don't make any sense. Now, I was born mentally retarded, okay? This is another good example of political bullshit that's presented in science, in the science of, I should say, the medical field. I was born mentally retarded. Not only did the experts fail to diagnose me until I was 30-something. Like I say, I don't keep up with time, y'all. So anyway, I wasn't diagnosed until I was 30-something years old. 30 years went by. We want to speak about time. You mean to tell me, motherfucker, you an expert, but it took you 30 years to figure out something fucked up about me? Let me tell you something. My grandpa, he couldn't read or write. Well, he could write a little bit, but his spelling and his handwriting wasn't too good. He couldn't read. He was illiterate in the sense of the political bullshit as aspect of education. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why I say it's bullshit in just a few minutes. This man was so smart. My pawpaw, he was the smartest man on earth, if you ask me. He diagnosed me from almost the minute I came to live with him and my grandmother. I wouldn't say almost a minute, but it didn't take him long. My mother sent me, I was living here in Jersey where my mother is born and raised. And she sent me down to Texas where she met my father, and that's where my father's side of the family is from and where they reside predominantly. They're Houston, Texas, and in Louisiana. So anyway, she sent me down to visit my grandmother, my sister and I. And my grandfather, he was so happy to, you know, spend some time with his grandchildren and everything like that. But it wasn't long before he said, I can remember him telling my grandma, he said, Eloise, he said, that girl there, mine is bad. And she said, oh, Walter, quit it now, because my grandpa liked to tease. So she thought he was teasing. He say, I'm serious. He say, that girl there, mine is bad. And so although he might not have used technical terms or the politically correct terms to describe what he could visibly see and observe, he still was spot on. He still was spot on. And he noticed it right off. Okay? And here it is, you got somebody who can't read or write. But yet, just like that, he was able to observe that something was abnormal about me. All right. Now, he wasn't saying that in a derogatory manner. He was just stating what he observed. It's no different than what a doctor would do. No different than what a mother should be doing. When you raising your children, you should be noticing or paying attention enough to them to see if there's something wrong, or also you should make sure that, you know, that they're developing properly and things of that nature. And as well, you should be paying attention to your children to see if, you know, if anybody that's pedophile around or have violated them in any type of way. I know I used to ask my children, has anybody touched you, or have anybody did anything or said anything to you? You know, and things like that, you know, just checking, you know, and that's how I found out my one of my children had been abused. See, because I'm paying attention, I'm noticing she acting different, okay? And I'm noticing that my children are acting different. So if we don't wake the fuck up and pay attention to things in life, we'll get caught up in the political bullshit and miss out on the important things that we really need to pay attention to. Those of you who have been following me for some time, you notice that a lot of times I'll post things and I'll post them with the hashtag pay attention. And I will post them with the hashtag real talk. Because a lot of people are not paying attention to real talk. They are so caught up in the politics and the bullshit of our society that seems to dominate our attention. And I think the true reason why they are bum rushing us, when I say bum rushing us, I mean they are throwing a lot at us, you know. They throwing a lot of what my mama used to call a hoopla. And when I say hoopla, what I mean is, just like you don't know what hoopla is, and it really don't mean shit, and it just really means like bullshit. All right, my mama didn't cuss, so she used to say doggone it, dad blasting, hoopla and stuff like that. Stuff that don't make no sense, but it was just a replacement for cussing. But really and truly, my grandfather taught me a whole lot. I was a pawpaw girl. That's why I'm so tomboyish and I wear my hats. My grandfather used to wear very expensive snakeskin hats and leather. He wore a lot of leather, good quality stuff. And he's the best man I know. He took care of his family. He left inheritance. And by the way, for those of you who think you're so smart and so clever because you can read, my grandpa owned his own company for many years. I've never known him to ever work on a job. And he's passed away now, but he left an inheritance for my grandmother so she didn't have to worry about nothing when he died. So And it wasn't through no insurance. Predominantly, it was mostly because the insurance he bought. This is another political bullshit. The insurance he bought years ago, by the time he passed, that shit was so old and outdated. The amount of money that he got the insurance plan on from years ago, that money ain't shit these days. It was a whole lot of money back then, you know. But this is what I'm saying about how we get caught up in political bullshit, you know. And I guess my papa, although he had the insurance, he wanted to physically make sure that he made provisions for his family in the event that he passed. So he was very good manager of his finances, paid off the house, you know, and when he would make a large sums of money, he would pay it in advance, pay things, the bills in advance. And believe it or not, I picked up his ways. I do the same now. I'm probably paid up on my bill for 2-3 months right now. I'm a mess, I tell you. But I don't like to owe nobody, and it makes me feel good not to owe anyone, all right? Because credit, getting things on credit puts you in a bind. And we're going to do a whole broadcast about that, getting into debt. We're going to do a broadcast about understanding the elements of debt. And then we're going to get into a broadcast after that of showing or teaching or telling people ways of how they can get themselves out of debt if they're concerned about doing that. We'll just go with the flow, so to speak, to see if people even interested in that. Some people happy being miserable. So we don't want to take them happiness away from them. They want to be in debt and stressed the fuck out. And so, you know, you have to just leave them be. A lot of people are stressed out and worried about politics, who's going to be the president and who ain't going to be the president and stuff like that. And it's sad to say, but people will sit up and they will talk about preachers making a lot of money. And I notice this all the time. People will sit and complain about preachers making money, and yet they'll support some type of organization that is just as crooked as the preacher. Only difference, a lot of times the only difference between the two is that the preacher is using God to get people's money, okay? But he's using the same elements of manipulation as any other entity that is presenting you hogwash to get your money. I don't care if it's a product that you buy that doesn't work. They swindled you out of your damn money. And that's real talk now. That's real talk. That's real as it get. If you don't want to accept that, that's real talk. Like I always say, you keep it real or take your motherfucking ass back to fantasy land. People want to talk about the preachers, the mega preachers and such that you know, are living in these big homes and, you know, have a lot of property and stuff like that. And but a lot of these preachers are now being considered as motivational speakers. They get paid large sums of money to go on talk shows. They get paid large sums of money to go and speak in other conventions and such like that. So what fucking difference is it if they're a religious speaker than TED Talks? I seen somebody named TEDx. It's gotten popular here online, or it's been popular, and I just didn't know about it, you know, because I don't go with the political bullshit. All right. So anyway, but my point is, you know, what difference does it make? If it's bullshit, it's bullshit. If you go in Walmart and you buy some bullshit that don't work, I don't see nobody protesting and circulating any memes protesting and seeing how horribly disgusting and it is that Walmart sell bullshit. You know, they do sell bullshit. I got some shit stacked up at my door right now, or boxes of things that I purchased at fucking Walmart and shit. I just bought it. It's brand spanking new. There's no reason why it should not work. All right. No fucking reason why it should not be working. But it don't work. And that's real tough. All right. So if you're saying, oh, these preachers are just so horrible, they're taking people's money and they're giving them nothing. Well, Walmart been giving me nothing for a long time, and I still take my motherfucking ass down there to Walmart because it's the quickest store. As a matter of fact, up in these mountains, it's about the oldest store I go to. And so they don't even give me no other option. At least with a church, you can go from church to different churches and hopefully get some sound teaching. But shit, I don't have but one option: go to Walmart, waste more gas going further, and hope I get what I'm looking for. So, you know, so this is what I mean by a lot of politics and bullshit. Even when you go to college, I got a meme, I think, on my feed that am I live, y'all? This is what I mean by politics and bullshit. Every time I have a good broadcast on certain topics, I notice that this app, or whatever you want to call it, it just don't work. Some more politics and a bunch of bullshit. Now, this app is free and everything, so it's not like it's a product that I paid for. So, hey, I guess you would say I really don't have a right to complain about its inefficiency, or whatever you want to call it. But that's just the way it is. I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast now because our time is almost up anyway. But I'm going all of the broadcasts to deal with some more political bullshit. But in the meantime, in between time, as always, I ask you all, keep it real or take your eye back to fantasy land. If y'all want to accept the politics, that's fine by me, but I ain't accepting the bullshit.